I'm Bill Atwood, and I'm here to teach you a fun fraction card game called Unitize It. This game is perfect for 3rd, 4th, or 5th graders because it's going to teach you to recognize the unit fractions even when they're disguised in a different form. What do I mean by unit fractions? I mean fractions that have a 1 in the numerator, like 1/2, or 1/3, or 1/4, or even 1/5. These are called unit fractions. What do I mean by disguised in a different form? Well, everyone knows that 1/2 is the same thing as 2/4, or 3/6, 4/8, 5/10. All forms of 1/2. And that's not the only unit fraction we have to think about. What about 1/3? That's the same thing as 2/6, or even 3/9. Look, enough mumbo jumbo with the fractions. Let me show you how to play Unitize It. How do you play Unitize It? Well, you need an ordinary deck of playing cards, and the first thing you want to do is take out the jacks, queens, kings, and jokers. We won't need those in this game. Now, the object of the game is to try to get rid of as many cards as you can from your hand. I like to imagine that you get $50 to start the game, and every card you have left costs you $10. So if you have 5 cards left, you have to give back $50. You didn't win anything. But if you get rid of all your cards, you just made $50. So you can keep track as you play. All right, so how do you play? Well, you start off the game by laying out 3 cards in 2 rows, so 6 cards total. And the first thing you do is you look for any fractions that are unit fractions, fractions with a 1 in the numerator. Well, I see right away I have a 1, so I could make 1/6 or 1/9 or 1/8. I'm going to choose to make 1/7 because I can tell you from experience the 7ths are hard to get rid of. So 1/7, you take that away and you put that over here in your unit pile. You fill in with 2 new cards. Oh, look at that. 5/10, right? That's equal to 1/2, 5 out of 10. So I can put that in my unit pile right over here and fill in with 2 new cards. Now, you have a lot of choices here. You might say, well, I could do 2/4, that equals 1/2. I could do 4/8, I could do 3/6, but you really want to think, what's the best situation? For me, I'm going to do 2/6, because that equals 1/3. I'm going to do 3/9, because that also equals 1/3. And I'm going to do 4/8, because that equals 1/2. And I just cleared the whole board like that. So I get to fill in with 6 new cards and keep on playing. Sometimes you're going to find yourself in a real pickle because right here, I don't see any unit fractions at all. And you say, well, what about 4/4? Isn't that a whole? Yes, it's a whole, but it's not really a fraction. Even though it could be written as 1/1, in this game, 1/1 is not going to be considered a unit fraction. So, since I don't have any unit fractions, I have to go to the emergency pile. You put down 1 card on the side that you can use with any of the cards in your pile. 9. Shoot, I still don't see any unit fractions. Sure, 6/9 is equal to 2/3, but that's not a unit fraction. I got to go to my emergency pile for my second and final time. 8. Thank goodness. I can definitely use the 8 with the 4 and make 4/8. That equals 1/2. I put that in my unit pile and fill in the spot. Okay, look at that. My emergency pile has a 9 in it still. I can use it now. It's been unlocked, so I can make 3/9. That equals 1/3. Fill in my spot, and I am in good shape. Rats. Nothing out there can be made into a unit fraction. I'm going to my emergency pile. Now here right away you might see, oh, 4/8. That's a good one. But imagine you didn't see it. You'd go to your emergency pile again. Rats. 9. Don't see anything that works. I have to close my emergency pile and lock in those 2 cards. So at the end of the game, I cannot get those 2 cards back or this one. I'm already down $30. That's what happens when you make a bad mistake. Anyway, I get to keep playing. Emergency pile, 5. Shoot, still don't see anything I can use. Emergency pile again, 2. Whew, good news. 2/6. 2/6 is the same as 1/3. Put that in my unit pile, fill in my black. Okay, here we go, 1/7. That's definitely a unit fraction. I think I'm going to get on a roll here, put everything back where it's supposed to be, Okay, I'm looking. Oh, 4/8. That's a unit fraction, isn't it? 4/8 is equal to 1/2. Keep playing. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. 5/10. That's a unit fraction. That's equal to 1/2. Put away. Fill in my spots. Thinking. Oh yeah, 3/9. That's equal to 1/3. Fill in my spots. Now I have a choice here. I can take the 5 from my emergency pile, or I can take the 5 from here. I think I'll take my emergency pile 5 and make 5/10. Put that in my unit pile, and here we go. Finally, a 1 can match that up with the 7 and make, of course, 1/7. Fill in my spots. Feel like I'm kind of on a roll. Oh, look at that. 2/6. I didn't even see that one. 2/6 is equal to 1/3. Sure, I could have done 3/6. That would be equal 1/2. You have to make tough decisions in life. Fill in my spots. Thinking. Oh, here we go. 5/10. That's equal to, you said it, 1/2. Fill in my last number. 1/7. Good news. That's 1/7, and that's a unit fraction. 2/4. That's a unit fraction. And I'm out of cards. So let's see how I did in the game. I had 4 cards left, $10, $20, $30, $40 or 40 points. So I got 50 to play the game, but I have to pay back $10 for each card. I'm still ahead, plus 10. I'm playing again. So that's how you play Unitize It. You should play it over and over again. Find out if you wind up ahead or behind. But best of all, see if you can get faster at recognizing equivalent fractions whenever you see them. Have fun.